Hi. So I had a request on my channel through comment. I exactly don't remember the name, but then thank you for the request. And for that itself, I'm making this video about the color and selection of your curtains and upholstery thing. So upholstery thing, I think we won't be able to cover up in this video. So in next video, I'm going to tell you how to choose your upholstery for your particular area, your house, your office, or any of the area. So right now I'm telling you about the colors. So a lot of people have a myth that mm, you should have white color, you should have beige color, you should have like very light tones in your house, so that it gives you a rich look, or it gives you like it looks more spacious or something like that. No, it's all myth. It's like playing with all the elements together, because I have seen a lot of video clips wherein people tell, and in India itself only they tell, not everybody abuses their position. So yeah, like that. So because abusing position means when you are an interior designer or architect and you mislead people or you misguide people that only white or beige color is going to give you that wide length or look of your house, is absolutely incorrect. It's all up to you, it's all up to your designing, it's all up to your pattern, or the kind of things you are trying to do. Like many of the people, they want Moroccan. So with Moroccan, white and blues and green and turquoise, they look very good, they look very pretty actually. But then if you are trying like German things, if you're trying some Italian things, then of course you can go with like light beige or little warm white color, or even you go with the darker colors also. So that's the myth that people have a lot of times. And actually they don't abuse their position, actually they don't know that this is also possible. So to break this myth, I think the best example would be my own house. So I'll show you my house, the entrance of my house, that how I have painted my house. First I'll show you the things. First I'll tell you the just small little things, that why I like this color and all, and then I'll later tell you how to choose the color for your house, how to choose a perfect color for your place. So yep, I'm gonna show you stuff. So yes, this is my entrance. So that's my door, that's my main door from where you enter. So I have kept a small chandelier over here. See the dark paint of my house, this is ink blue. So, and the floor is white because they are apartment and they won't let me change the floor. So that's my ottoman where I sit and I tie my shoes and all. So this is my shoe rack, all made of, as I told you, I don't like the same kind of wood or same kind of pattern. I told you I generally go with the odds one, like this asymmetric pattern, I like that. So in the corner there is a small space where I have kept a lampshade over there, and it's a huge painting. And yeah, so I'm gonna put up the lights so that you can see it more clearly. See how dark it is. It's very dark, it's very dark. So it's morning right now, but still you can see there is a lot of sunlight still. I mean, it looks very dark. So people who say that very dark color won't look good at your house, I mean, that's a myth. You have to clear it up. So that's my TV unit. I have kept it very simple on iron legs and just a console and a corner table with my beautiful telephone. So these are my paintings. Of course I have not done it, I have procured it. So that's my center table, quite small, pretty. That's my couch, and that's my dining, and this is one chandelier, and that's my bar I showed you in the previous video. So yeah, I'll take you to my favorite corner in my house. So this is my favorite corner in my house, that is my coffee area. So that's my coffee station. You can see this is just one simple slab over here, wooden slab, and on top of that I have kept my coffee machine, and for the green tea, and my coffee beans are like behind them, like this. Yeah, all this stuff. And you can see my zippers are over here. So when I go for running or for gym or something like that, so I take my zippers directly from here. So these are very handy and they look very cute and cool also. So you have to understand this is just a small corner. I utilize this corner because this video calling thing was supposed to come over here, so I thought it will look very odd one out, so I had to cover it with something beautiful, and this is done. And this dream catcher was gifted to me by one of my team member, that is Megha. She is absolutely fantastic in making such stuff. And that's my dining. You see the color? That's my bar. You see the color? Yes. I will probably lit the lights for you. Can you see the dark color of my doors? Yes. So these are all dark. This is the task lighting for my dining area. I don't like chairs around this place because I don't have a lot of guests many of the time. So I just keep one simple bench for me. So I think 4 people can easily occupy over here. And you see rest of my house, it's all dark. It's all dark. Yes. So I just took you through the tour of my house. So can you see, was there any white color? It's all dark blue. It's very dark. It's behind me also, you can see. So people who say that only white color can give you very rich look or like very good look, is those are the designers who are not wanting to take any risk. They don't want to try, or they don't have enough confidence, or most probably and most of the times they don't have knowledge to use the colors. So I told you, right, that it's all dark blue. With dark blue, people would think that what kind of furniture would go. So with dark blue, you have to put some light kind of furniture. If there would have been white, as you can see, it's all like pine wood. The pine wood is anyways light color wood. It's very light. It's yellowish, thoda white. So it's very light kind of wood, and you can just polish it naturally. It looks very beautiful. You don't have to cover the wooden grains with any other color. So yeah, let's not distract from the topic. So how to choose the colors? So colors are very important point that you have to understand from a perspective of the person who is going to live there. Because I'm a kind of person, I like little drama. I want everything out of blue, out of box, because I'm a designer, I am an artist. So I like things in an artistic way around me. Some people who are like mostly writers, or who are lawyers, who are doctors, they want peace around them. I don't say that blue doesn't create peace around me. I love this blue. But then yeah, there is a psychological effect too. So people who are already having a very hectic schedule and very like load full of work, they have to have peaceful colors around them. So for them, I would suggest you go with the pista green, you go with the white color, you go with the beige color, you go with the little warm white color. But then rest of the people who enter their house and should feel like that, wow, this is the place I would never want to leave. That feeling has to be there. Otherwise, your designer's job or your job as a designer is zero. Yes. So yeah, so I was telling you about the colors. So I'll tell you primary color, secondary color, and tertiary colors. So basically, primary colors are very bold colors to use. So when I say bold colors, people get little bit scared to use those bold colors. So, and secondary colors are like mixture of 2 primary colors gives you the secondary color. So secondary colors are also little bold to use, but not as the primary colors. So you have to understand that why people just want to get rid of their jobs by saying that white color would look very good, or beige color would look very good, or pista green, or like light gray, or something like that. I am not bringing down the light colors or the tertiary color segment into playing a role in interior designing, but then I'm saying that you have to come out of the box. When you are a designer, you cannot or you cannot still stand with the same reputations what you have been doing in your past or what you have been seeing in your past. So for that, how you have to understand and identify that what color would be most likely suitable for this kind of client, or if you are learning and if you are not an interior designer and you want to design your house, then what color would go for your house. So first step I would tell you is that you just understand your profession first of all, that what kind of profession you have. So if your job or your profession demands a lot of attention from you already, then you have to understand that this category or this kind of segment people, they want brighter things, meaning they you cannot use dark colors in their house or in the bedrooms or like that. So this is one category. And the second category is artist people who are more into art, who are more like dancers or like actors or like designers like us, or there are a lot of artists, painting artists, or like a lot of artists. So those artists, they have their brain, mind, everything, it gets opened up when they have some kind of drama around them, when they have some kind of what do you say, that out of the blue stuff around them. It creates that kick inside them, it creates that urge inside them to do something new, to do something creative. So for creative line of people, you have to understand which person is creative, who is creative, and who is like into a particular straight line profession. Like I can say, when anybody is a teacher, so they have their particular syllabus. They may have their different ways of teaching, that is different, but then they have one syllabus, they have to go through that, and out of that they don't teach. So I'm sorry, I don't want to say anybody that teachers are not creative people. I'm just telling you by profession, like that. So yeah, so those people who have like one single line of job that is repetitive every day, like if there is a salesman, what he has to do, what she has to do, she has to boost up the sale or make up the sale in any ways. So and there is a person who creates a wrapper for a chocolate, so he is a creator, he is creative, he is creating something. So for those kind of people, you can use dark colors. You don't have to have that color restrictions around you, you can choose that. So there are two categories you have to understand. First is people who demand, and people who need, you have to identify on your own. That because most of my clients, 95% of my clients, when they come to me, they're like, I just love beige color, I love white color, I'm just so classy and all like that, with their accents and all. Few of my clients would have been watching and they were like, Swati, what are you doing? So no, I'm not saying anything to anybody like that, but then yeah, this is the truth. 95% of clients, they come with the perception that light color would look very good in my house, so they generally want to go with the white color. So there is no scope of me to play around, but then I convince them, I make them to step into my shoe and think as a designer. Then they understand, okay, this is what I want, and that comes out of questions. And if you are an individual, if you are not, because this video, I think professionals can understand what I'm talking about when I say counseling, but if anybody who is learning new or fresher, they have to understand that you put 4 colors in front of you, one from tertiary, 2 from tertiary, one from this primary color, and one from secondary color, whichever you like most from the primary and secondary. In tertiary you have a lot of them, so you can have 2 colors, and see them regularly, like for 4 days, 5 days. In a day you have to see them like 20 times. And selecting is a difficult job, but cancelling out is a easy job, always. That's what I always do in my like selections also. If I have selected 3 curtains for my client, and the client is like, I'm so much confused, I like all of them, but then I like this more, and after a few hours they call me and they're like, I like this one, then what do? I suggest them, go back and just cancel out which you don't like more, so then they reach to the perfect one. So that's how you have to do. You have to cancel out which you don't like, and once you reach to a particular color, that this is the color I am able to see it from past 5 days regularly, in a day I can see it 20 times. I think 5 days are not a lot. Your house will be painted for long, like maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Some people don't paint it for even 10 years also, depending upon the paint quality. So for that reason, you have to give that 5 days for your selection, and that's how you choose when you are not a professional interior designer. And designers, my request to you is, take the counseling of your client, understand their profession, understand their mindset, understand their stability of anger is also very important. If you don't understand when your client gets is he a short-tempered person, is he like a very patient person, what kind of person or personality he is, you have to understand that. And that's only possible while you're talking to them, while you're counseling them. Interior designing is a profession wherein you have to put in all kind of effort to understand the person sitting across you, his psychology, his or her psychology, his or her behavior, that what kind of things are more attractive to him, what kind of things are like thumbs up, thumbs down to them. So stuff like that will help you over a period of time, like 2-3 years of counseling. You will come to a point that when you give 3 options to your client, and when your client touches one option, you know definitely for sure, even if the client is liking this, you know deep down that he will not like this after a period of time. So you can select the best for him. This comes with practice. And for freshers, as I told you, you have to give it a time. You have to go with the cancelling process first. That will help you. So yeah, this is for the color, that 2 category people. You have to categorize 2 kind of people, then it will be very easy for you to understand. So this was for the residents and for a particular individual. And when you come to the commercial areas, so commercial area, when I talk, it's very huge. And commercial areas, when it's not related to entertainment, when it's not related to hotel business, cafes, restaurants, something like that, like if it's a hospital, if it's a say like it's a small clinic, or say like it's a small druggist place, or like that, then you don't have a lot to play. And I suggest you should not play either, because that particular area is task oriented, subject oriented area. So there you have to highlight their subject more, and with highlighting the subject, if you want to play with colors, then of course you should do it. But then try not to overimpose the color over the subject. Subject has to be more important. So in that areas, that is the area where you don't take risk and you go with the white, beige, or light tertiary colors in that way. So that is the difference between residential and commercial. So commercials, you don't have a lot of scope. For what kind of commercials? Like not for the cafes, restaurants, or hotels, or businesses like that, boutique and all, everything stuff related to that. So when it comes to that, that is a very wide and huge subject. So even for that also, you have to counsel the client that what kind of business is this, what kind of people you have, what kind of footfall you have, what kind of the person who is going to sit, the person who is going to own, what kind of moods, what kind of personality is there. Because through that only you will be able to derive your answers, that how you can choose the color. That will be very easy for you. Yeah. So if you have any questions, then please comment. I am easy with reading the comments, and then I'll be very helpful rather than the mails. And yeah, thank you.